Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, eh? That's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Burn Wells. Pop, 114. Wonder how old Mom is.
Well, I wonder where everybody is.
Everyone.
I don't know. It looks to me like we found ourselves a ghost town.
I think one of them is trying to tell us something.
A ghost town.
Yeah. I don't like it. Got a feeling somebody's behind me breathing hot and heavy down my neck.
There is, Callahan.
Dusty! I told you to stay close, not that close.
Hey, Mr. Callahan, you know, this place is in pretty good shape for a ghost town. I don't think we're as alone here as we think.
You feel that too, huh?
Feel what?
Well, like somebody's watching us. Listen, I'll tell you what. You and Mr. Brookhaven scout the north side of the street. Dusty and I'll take the south side. You ladies, you stay right here by this wagon.
Yeah, look, if something scares you while we're away, you just fire a shot. We'll come running.
What are you shooting at?
I'm just testing.
Look, wait till I tell you, huh? Come on.
This town hasn't been deserted very long. Look at the blacksmith's forge. The coals are still hot.
I don't see any horses. Oh, perhaps they all went off in a fox hunt.
I don't know. There's something mysterious going on. Maybe the barber shop will tell us something. Do you want to come with me?
No.
Do you want to stay here?
No.
Where would you like to be?
Back in Boston.
I know someone's staring at it. I can just feel it.
So can I. But then I kind of like being stared at.
It does seem odd. Yet there's no one in town to do the staring. There's some clothes up there on the clothesline. Everybody must have left in a hurry.
Yeah. They must have cleared out faster than the Gold Nugget Saloon the night 2-Ton Tilly tried to do the belly dance.
Hey, listen, Dusty. I don't want to scare the women, but I smell some trouble up ahead. Now, you stay close and cover my back, all right?
Okay.
Dusty. I said cover my back, not get glued to it. Now, come on, I want to check out that saloon up there. Hey, you see that?
Maybe it's only the wind.
Maybe somebody in there waiting for us.
It's the wind. I'm sure it's the wind. I've never been so sure of anything my whole life that it's the wind.
Why?
Because I don't want to go in there and find out it's not the wind. Let's go, huh?
I'll go check out the saloon.
I just remembered, I'm a minor. I'm not allowed.
All right, little pal, you stay out here. I'll check the saloon.
You're not going to leave me out here in the street alone? Oh, no. I'll go in and check. Oh.
What's the matter? What'd you see?
The dance hall hostess.
What, dance hall hostess? Let's go talk to her.
Me, she's the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my whole life. She's got a big nose and her hair's going out of her head like horns, and her eyes are all glassy and beady and red, and her skin is all kind of...
That's not a dance hall hostess. Look again. It's a moose head.
Yeah, a moose head. I wonder how fast he was going when he hit that wall.
What took you so long in the barber shop?
I made an interesting discovery. Found a pair of boots, a pair of pants, and a pair of socks. Do you know what that means?
Certainly some cowhand was having his legs shaved.
It means that somebody left the shop in too much of a hurry to even dress.
Judging by the quality of his trousers, I guess he rushed off to shoot his tailor.
I've got a feeling it's all part of the same mystery. Let's go over to the newspaper office. Maybe the last edition of the paper will give us a clue.
Good. Maybe they'll have a stock market report. Come along.
So dark in here. I wish we had a lantern or something.
Maybe there's something behind the bar.
Well?
Oh, hey, I found a candle.
Hey, good little pal. Here, let me light it for you. There. Well, now we can see what's what.
I can see the saloon and the tables and the gunpowder.
What, gunpowder? What, this whole bar is stacked with gunpowder.
Why would a saloon be full of gunpowder?
I don't know. Hold that candle down here so I can say... Dusty? That's not a candle.
Sure it is. You just said it was. Why would you lie?
No, that's not a... That is a stick of gunpowder.
That's why you wouldn't lie, because it's a stick of gunpowder. What are we going to do with it?
Throw it out the window.
No, if I throw it out the window, I'll break the window.
No, please, for Pete's sake, throw it out the window, Dusty. Dusty, get down. All right, you can get up now, little pal. I said you can get up now, Dusty. What's the matter? Didn't you hear me? Didn't you hear me?
Huh? Oh, you know how they say when you're going to die, your whole life passes right in front of you?
Yeah.
Mine was only half done. You know, it's really interesting.
Hey, that sounds like a trouble signal. Let's go. Hey, what is it? Everybody here all right?
Yes, so far, but I wouldn't count on our future.
We found the reason the town people deserted. It's right here in this newspaper.
Oh, I'll take one. Here, keep the change.
What? Sculler Brothers, outlaws. I never heard of them.
It says here they're armed bank robbers and murderers. Perhaps they had an unpleasant childhood.
Daphne sees good in everyone.
Well, the Scullers threatened to come back to town and kill everyone. They didn't give them all their money and their valuables.
Yeah, it's plain as nose on your face, just in case of blackmail.
So, the whole lily-livered town took a powder.
I think the townspeople were wise to run, especially the wealthy ones. And I happen to be a member of that club. Come along, Daphne.
Now, wait a minute. Everybody just simmer down. Well, the way I see it, they've already come and gone. They saw the town was empty, and they just took off.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Well, it's not absolute.
Scullers are coming! The Scullers are coming! The horses are running away!
No, Dusty's chasing them.
No, Dusty's not chasing them. He's passing them.
All right, you girls in the wagon. Come on, you men follow me. Thought you'd be halfway to California by now.
I suddenly realized it was my job to help you protect everybody. Especially me.
Mr. Callahan, the Scullers obviously believe that we are citizens of this town. Now, I think we should let them know that we're perfect strangers. I think they'd let us go.
Yeah, with their records, I don't think they'd buy that.
Nevertheless, I would like to inform them who we are.
Oh, please, be my guest, yes.
I say out there, We are perfect strangers. We are perfect strangers.
Well, I guess they figure nobody can be perfect, huh? Hey, wait! Come here. Didn't you see what just happened to Mr. Brookhaven?
Well, yes, sir, but the Scullners aren't animals. I'm sure they'd recognize the white flag of truce.
What makes you think so?
What happens to be the code of the West?
Yeah, the code of the West.
Huh? Oh,
Maybe the code of the East.
The Scullners haven't fired at us for quite a while.
Maybe they're out of bullets.
Somehow I don't think so.
Hey, Mr. Callahan, one of the Scullners is riding right for us.
We got a visitor, but that ain't one of the Scullners. Come on. Hey.
The Scarecrow.
Whoa. Hey, baby, hold on there now a minute.
A dead scarecrow. Look at that knife.
Yes, holding a message.
Ooh, I hate the sight of blood, even if it's straw.
We have the town surrounded. Fork over all your gold and stuff by sunup or we'll burn you out.
They're bluffing, of course.
And if you think we're bluffing, you're a bigger dummy than the one on the jackass. Well, we still got a problem, but at least we're safer in here than we are out on that street.
Where do we go from here, Mr. Callahan?
We don't go any place. Too dangerous out there.
Impossible. How can 3 men surround a town?
Because they got a lot of guns. Besides, they got the only road out of here blocked.
I do not believe those ruffians realize they are jeopardizing the lives of women.
Mrs. Brookhaven, the Scullner brothers do not care about women, men, children, pets, or anything else.
Lulu? Betsy? I think it's time we stepped in. At a girl, Mrs. V. I'm with you. Me too, Mrs. Brookhaven.
Daphne, dear.
Not now, Carter.
Good heavens, just like a mother.
Mrs. Brookhaven, as your wagon master, I cannot permit...
Stand aside, Mr. Callahan. Take my hand, girl. I think it's time we showed these men what women can do. Mrs. B, you got more sand in your little craw than a Gila monster with a long neck. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Have you all lost your minds? I mean, those Scullner brothers will show no mercy.
They would never dare shoot a woman. Only a bounder or a cad would entertain such a notion.
Well, I cannot... Hey! That's the Andy!
There were 2 bounders and a cad out there. Guess you better change.
Daphne, cover up your pantaloons. If anyone should see you like that, we'll be drummed right out of the country club.
No, it's no use. They've got us covered so tight it'd take an army to penetrate their position.
Army. Andy. Ah, that's the answer.
Yeah, army, that's the answer. But what is the question?
Fort Hotchkiss. It's just over the hill there. If one of us could get up over those rocks, we could get some help.
We can draw straws to see who goes.
No, I'm the wagon master. I should be the one to do this.
I still think we should draw straws.
Straw. Oh, yeah, Andy. Straws, that's the answer.
Yeah, straws, that's the answer, but I still don't know the question.
No, I'll explain it.
You look great, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, Dusty.
By the time the Scullner brothers figure out you're not a scarecrow, you'll be on your way to Fort Hotchkiss.
They'll never give me a second look.
Neither will a crow.
Only trouble is this stuff makes you want to sneeze.
Whatever you do, don't sneeze.
No, if you sneeze, you're a dead man.
All right. Wish me luck.
Luck.
Good thinking.
Our wagon master is a very brave man.
Oh, I'd say he's braver than that. I'd say he's a very, very brave man.
To show my appreciation, in case Mr. Callahan is killed in this attempt to save our lives, I intend to raise his salary.
Woo-wee! Ain't we gonna have us some fun? Them town folks is pinned down as cold as a dead carp in February.
We're gonna get all their gold and burn them all down, too.
There we is. Something's headed this way.
Hey, save your bullets, Luke. It's only that old jackass we sent up. Them folks are so scared they can't even hang on to a straw man on a swayback mule.
What's the matter, little lady? Let's move on. Put one foot in front of the other there.
That scarecrow looks a little different. If you ask me, it looks like his nose has grown a mite.
Well, let's just see which one of us can shoot it flat again.
Come on, let's...
Hey, that ain't no scarecrow. That's a real dummy. Let him have it, boys.
Blarney and good old Freckles. They came back and the rest of the horses followed them.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
This is a great idea, Mr. Callahan.
Yeah, I've used that trick before. All that stuff on the wheels, keep 'em nice and quiet. We'll be able to sneak out of town real easy.
Something wrong?
Yeah, it sure feels funny looking at my bustle on a different caboose.
Yeah. Now we got those wagon wheels all silenced so all of you can get out of here without any trouble.
All of us? Oh, Mr. Callahan, aren't you going with us?
No. I got a plan. I'm going to stay here and keep those Skulner boys
Oh,
busy.
no, you're not. I'm going to wait.
I'm your wagon master. I made up my mind.
I can't let you do it. I can't let you face them alone.
I hardly agree with Dusty. Perhaps the lad should stay with you.
No, Dusty has got to scout the trail, take care of the animals. Hey, look, you know that big tall mountain over there north-northwest? You hit him right toward that.
North by northwest.
North, yeah, well.
You're quite a guy, Cal. And when I open up a little saloon, I'm going to name a drink after you.
You just make sure it's a tall one and don't put in too much water. Okay, that's all right.
I've learned a lot from you, Callahan.
Okay.
You're a wagon master.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Callahan, I know we'll see you soon.
Yeah, of course you will. Good. Run along, baby.
Mr. Callahan, all of Mr. Brookhaven's money couldn't pay you for what you're about to do.
Oh, what you said. But you know, Mr. Callahan, he's quite right. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Brookhaven.
Is there anything I can do to help you before I leave?
Yeah. Why don't we see if all the weapons are loaded, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Winchester, 44.
Yeah. Check.
Single barrel.
Check.
Double barrel.
Check.
I'll get a bandage behind the bar for you.
All right.
No, Dusty.
Well, it's all up to you now, Andy. I'm sorry, but there's nothing like...
Well, you've done all you can. How did the accident happen?
Well,
Oh, it's all my dumb fault.
we got this one caught in the breech of that shotgun there.
That wasn't the dumb thing. The real dumb thing was he had his hand on the bar like this, and I went in to get a bandage. I took the countertop like that and went, yow!
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That just about settles our hash.
We've got to have faith, Mr. Callahan. There's got to be a way to stop the Skulner brothers.
Yeah, maybe if Bat Masterson rode into town.
Yeah, Bat Madison could do it. Who's a little guy like me? When those bad guys saw him with that cane, they ran for their lives.
Hello?
I'm way ahead of you, Cal. I'm going to go get my makeup kit. Folks, meet Bat Masterson.
Yeah, spitting image. There you go, one of Mr. Brookhaven's very best.
Yeah.
Listen. Are you sure I look enough like Bat Masterson to fool the Skulner brothers?
Yeah, well, if you just look a little tougher, Like you mean business. Yeah, now you get it. Come on. Ah, that's it.
Perfect, Dusty. Take a look.
It's sun up, Mr. Callahan. Skulners will be heading this way any minute.
All right, now you just go out there and face them. And if I got this figured right, there won't even be any gunplay.
We'll have you covered from here as best we can.
I guess this is it.
Poor Dusty. We may never see him again.
Yes, you will, honey. That's a closet.
Here come the Skulners!
Masterson. What's Bat Masterson doing here?
Let's go see.
The scholars have dismounted. They're coming after him.
We better get ready to protect them.
That ain't Bat Masterson. He ain't twirled his cane yet. That's Bat Masterson, all right.
We give up, Bat.
Hey, Andy, you hog-tie them critters good and tight. Say, Dusty, that was a pretty good thing you done there with that cane. How'd you do that?
Easy, Mr. Callahan. All I did was just take it like this, and I threw it in the air, and then I waited for it to come down.
Good
night.
The path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Hold it. Good. What's on your mind?
Man we passed yesterday, she said there's a wagon train over here with some real pretty girls.
We'd like to get friendly with them.
Well, you can see there's no women at all on this wagon train here. You can see.
We know you got girls here. We want to meet them. Or else.
Or else what?
Or else this. Understand?
Yeah, now that you've explained it.
Get their guns, McGurk.
Right, Jake. All right, I'll just take these. Now, we'll get some branding to do, but we'll be back before sundown.
Brandon, how many head of cattle you got, McGurk?
Well, that depends on how many we can steal.
I'll just take this shotgun here, too.
Oh, there's another one hid under the seat, Jake.
And you just be worrying about sundown. Make sure those women are friendly. Here.
Now, he shattered it. Yeah, without even aiming. See you before sundown.
Bam, 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 bam! Bam! Yep. Now, stop that. Betsy and Lulu are in real trouble. Got to be some way out of this.
I got a way. Let's run, huh?
Dusty.
No, Dusty may be right, Mr. Callahan. We've got that spare wheel in the wagon, and they said they won't be back before sundown.
Ah, you're right. All right, let's get it on and get rolling. You go round up the others and get them back here as fast as you can.
Right. As soon as I tell them about Jake and McGurk, they'll come running.
Now listen, you go get them and get them back here, but don't say a word. You'll only scare them.
Yeah, and what they don't know won't hurt them, understand?
Sure. Right now, I'm scared to death. And don't worry, Mr. Callahan. I won't breathe a word to him. Betsy, Lulu, we gotta get back to camp. Hurry.
What's the hurry?
I can't tell you.
Why can't you tell us?
I can't tell you why I can't tell you, because that would be telling. Well, we gotta get started real quick before it's too late.
Too late for what?
It's too late for us. Look, don't ask me anything more. I can't tell you about McGurk and Jake and the danger and the cattle thieves.
Well, who are McGurk and Jake? What danger? And what cattle thieves? Dusty, you're not making sense.
I know. I'll see you back at camp.
Ready for the pheasant hunt, my dear?
Ready when you are, Carter.
Then tally-ho! Here, pheasant, pheasant, pheasant.
One more time, dear. I think you interest him.
Mr. and Mrs. Brookhaven, come on, hurry.
Hurry?
Where?
Mr. Callahan wants everybody back at the wagons and packed up right away. It's important.
What could be more important than pheasant under glass?
Us, underground.
Underground? Oh, what are you talking about?
I can't tell you, because if I tell you what I'm not supposed to tell you, you'll only get scared.
Scared?
Scared of what?
I can't tell you about the danger.
What danger?
Well, there's Jake and McGurk and the women, and bam, 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 bam! I'll see you back at camp. And hurry!
Let's hope that axle holds up till we get to the next town.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's get this wagon loaded. I want to get out of here pronto.
I did it, Mr. Callahan. They're all coming.
And you didn't tell anybody why?
Not a hint. I promised, didn't I?
Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan, why are we leaving? And who are Jake and McGurk? And what's this about cattle thieves and danger? And what is bam, 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 bam?
Not even a hint, huh?
Well, maybe a little teeny one.
I demand to know what is going on.
All right, hold it, everybody. There's two cattle thieves named Jake and McGurk. They came riding in here demanding our women. We tried to put them off, but they got our guns. They're going to be back by sundown looking for these women, and I want this wagon train packed and rolling before then.
I'll be packed in 1 second. Oh, me too. What about the pheasants?
Blast the pheasants. They can pack for themselves.
Dusty, get the horses.
Right away, sir.
All right, let's get this thing going here.
Come on, you guys. You gotta get out of here. There's a lot of danger. We gotta get back to the wagon. We gotta take you guys down there. Jake and McGurk's coming back before sundown. Come on. Okay. Everybody, get ready. We gotta get going. Oh, no, wait for me. No, you guys. Come on, you guys. Wait, come on. Hey. Ready to roll, Mr. Callahan.
So are we.
Now, Dusty will be right here with the horses. Hey, Dusty, where are the horses?
That's a good question. The only problem is there's 4 answers.
4 answers.
Yeah, north, south, east, and west.
Oh, take us all day to round those horses up.
Looks like we're stuck here.
What do you mean we're stuck here? With those men due before sundown?
Mr. Callahan, you are paid to defend us. You must simply protect our women. Poor Betsy and Lulu.
What about me, Carter? I'm a woman, too.
Of course you are, my pet. But Betsy and Lulu are single, whereas you are married to me, your valiant knight, your protector.
Oh, beautifully put, Carter.
I thought so too, dear.
What are we gonna do?
Well, without our guns, our only chance is the element of surprise. We got to take them unawares and overpower them.
But how?
Well, they're coming here for girls? Yeah, we'll give them girls. Nice, friendly girls.
Okay, turn around. I want to see the back. Well, you too, Dusty. I went to my first dance in this dress, Dusty.
Yeah, I bet you look better in it than I do. I feel silly. What kind of scout wears girls' clothes?
A Girl Scout. Shut up and paint your lips.
There, you're beautiful.
Are we really?
Oh, your bloomers are slipping.
I'll do it. I don't say to keep these things up without suspenders anyway.
Hey, now listen, I want you girls to stay in that wagon out of sight. You got that? You ready, Dolly?
Ready, kitty.
Good luck. We know you're risking your lives for us.
And our reputations.
All right, come on, Dolly. Let's don't keep our dates waiting. Dusty, watch your dress.
I can't help it. I'm always nervous on the first date.
Yeah, relax. All you got to do is be sweet, get their guns away from them. They just, sit there and smile pretty.
Like this?
Lucky thing for us, they haven't seen a woman in a long time.
You call that lucky? Well, what do we have here?
Looks like we got us a couple of real cuties. Hey, baby, you can call me McGurk.
No, I'm Dolly. Ooh, your beard tickles.
I'm Kitty. Who are you, big boy?
Jake. And I'm here to get friendly.
Come here.
Say, you're a big girl, aren't you?
Well, there's that much more to get friendly with.
I think you're mighty pretty, Dolly. Now come here.
Oh, not so tight.
Don't be so shy, Dolly. Remember, we're here to get friendly.
Come on.
Yes, I do, but how's a girl supposed to breathe?
Let's show them how, huh, Kitty?
You're wearing a gun.
I always wear a gun.
But they frighten me so. Couldn't you just make an exception for me?
Well, considering it's for you,
Nasty.
Yeah. Come here.
All right, come on, Dolly. Look how good they're getting along. Come on.
Well, look, let's talk first. What do you think of the weather?
Oh, I think it's fine.
Everybody in good books lately?
Now, will you quit stalling? I'm getting mad.
Now, don't do that. She's just shy. I'll talk to her.
Don't be too long now, Kitty. I'm waiting.
What's the matter? You crazy or something? You're supposed to be friendly.
He's not my type.
You don't have to marry him. You just got to get him away from his gun. I'll get back in there. Be friendly.
Okay, but I wish he'd shaved.
Well, it's all straightened out now.
That's good. Now, come on, Dolly.
Oh, your gun is poking a hole in my corset.
That's all that's bothering you. Now, come here.
Why don't we sit over here?
Just
Over there.
don't you, Mary.
This is more like it.
Yeah, well, let's just move over a little bit, huh?
Now, wait, sweetheart. I just want to stroke your hair.
Now, Dusty!
Dusty! Oh, right there. Get him up, get him up, get him up. Get him up, get him up, get him up. All right, you two. Nobody does this to us. Now you're going to get it. You know, there for a while, I really started to like you.
No, don't shoot. Here we are.
Girls!
It's real ones.
Oh.
Get him to the horses. Let's get out of here. And you two just stay right where you are.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, everything was going great, but those cutthroats, they outsmarted us and they've kidnapped Lulu and Betsy.
Mr. Callahan, you promised us you were going to overpower them.
We tried, Mr. Buckhaven.
Yeah, we would have succeeded except for one thing.
What was that?
Me?
Lulu and Betsy kidnapped by those ruffians.
Absolutely barbaric.
You know, Mr. Callahan, the way Jake and McGurk keep coming back here, I figure they must be camped somewhere nearby.
Good thinking, Andy. Good thinking. Let's see if we can pick up their trail, track them down. Wipe off your mouth.
And relax.
Please, leave us alone. You'll never get away with this.
Who's going to stop us? Friends in the dresses?
You know, you're prettier than them other guys. I'm gonna like you.
Mama, please don't touch me. I'm a school teacher.
School teacher? Well, I'd like to get some learning.
We're glad you ladies happened to pay us a visit.
I'm sure you are. This place is a mess.
There's dust all over everything.
Well, so what?
Well, we would never get friendly in a dirty place like this. Now, would we, Betsy? Oh, no. But there's dust all over the table.
Wait a minute. We asked you here to get friendly, not to clean.
First things first. Here, now you dust the table. You sweep.
Well, I ain't going to sweep.
Do you want us to get friendly or don't you?
Well,
That's more like it. Now you get all the corners, okay? Betsy, come over here. This window's filthy. How long do you think we can stall them? Till our friends come and save us. Just keep dusting until they get here. Oh, yeah.
Keep a sharp lookout. Any sign of a trail.
Look for broken branches, anything, huh?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that. All I keep finding are pieces of petticoat like this.
Hey, that's a woman's petticoat.
Yeah, look. There's another one.
Hey, Lulu. Yeah, she'd think of that. She must have torn these strips off to leave us a trail. All we got to do is follow them, lead us right to them.
We better hope it's a short trail or a long petticoat. When we find them, we better have a plan.
You're right, Andy. Yeah, without any guns, we got... wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe, yeah. Yeah, you and I'll follow the trail. Dusty, you go get the Brookhavens. Hey, wait. Now get the bugle. Pots, pans, dishes, anything that'll make a lot of noise. Oh, and those firecrackers we're saving for the 4th of July. Coils of rope and all the sacks of flour that you can carry. All right, and hurry and catch up with us on the trail.
What's all that stuff for?
I'm going to call out the cavalry.
The cavalry?
Our cavalry.
What cavalry?
Our cavalry.
Oh, that cavalry.
Yes.
Our cavalry?
I'll explain it to you later. Come on.
Enough cleaning. Let's get to know each other a little better. Huh?
Well, you certainly got to admit, the place looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, all spick and span.
All ready to get acquainted in. Come on over and sit down.
Just a moment. The place looks nice and clean, but you fellas don't.
You mean now we have to wash? I mean, just to get acquainted?
Of course. After all, you are entertaining ladies. Here we are. You first.
I don't believe this.
Don't forget your ears. Good. Now here's the soap.
Soap? That does it. Now quit stalling or we'll have to get tough.
What do you mean?
He means we want to get chummy. That's what he means.
Well, you don't have to shout. I mean, all you have to do is say so.
We were too busy cleaning. Now, you two sit down over here and start getting friendly.
That's the place. I see their horses.
Yeah.
All right, bring those supplies up.
When do we rush them?
We can't. They got Lulu and Betsy down there. It's too dangerous. We got to scare them out.
Mr. Callahan, where is your cavalry? We dragged these supplies for miles.
And how many will there be for dinner?
That is our cavalry.
I beg your pardon?
Follow me.
I know a lovely spelling game.
We'd prefer a kissing game.
I know a great kissing game. The two of you sit down. Yeah. And then, close your eyes. And one of us will kiss you, and you try and guess who it is. Won't that be fun?
Well, start.
Okay. Now close your eyes. Tight. Now no peeking.
I'm waiting. Ready. Betsy.
Lulu.
No. Guess again.
Lulu. Betsy.
Wrong again. Hold on there. Hold on.
Now, you two get back in here. Sit down.
Wait here. We gotta move fast. Everybody remembers what they're supposed to do when I give the signal.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I sure hope this plan works.
It's a splendid plan. I'm in the reserves, you know. Come, my dear. Attention. Forward. March. Come on, Jake.
Ain't no use in screaming. There ain't nobody around for miles.
Our friends are going to save us. They'll get you for this.
To those two guys in the skirts.
Now, there ain't no use in struggling here.
Huff, 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 huff.
Hey, you want to put that right on here?
There. You got firecrackers ready?
All ready.
All right, Dusty. Come on, give us some. Charge!
Cavalry! Can't be. There ain't no fort around here.
Cavalry, Lulu. I always loved men in uniform.
Where'd they come from? Get me out there, Jake. I don't know. I can't see a thing. They must be hiding.
Come on out. We got you surrounded.
You'll have to come in and get it!
Come on and we'll blast out.
Jake, let's give up.
You better. It's the whole army.
Shut up. We'll fight it out. Untie him, McGurk. Blast us and you'll blast the girls. Ah! All right, McGurk. We're going out that front door. Just keep that girl in front of you. Right. Well, go on. Well, you go. Get out that door. You always go first, so you go first. Not this time. It's your turn. I'm doing it all the time. You go first. You're always first, so you go first now. The three cattle, Dusty. Don't hurt yourself. Dusty, Lulu, you all right? You. Fellas, we've really got to stop meeting this way, huh? You all right, Dusty boy? Oh, sure, Mr. Callahan. I'm just fine.
Well, we don't have to worry about Jake and McGurk anymore. Sheriff tells me they're going to be locked up for a long time.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know something, Mr. Callahan? You really look tall and straight in that saddle today.
Really?
Yeah, and something else, too. Looks like you lost a lot of weight, especially around your middle.
Forgot to take my corset off, Dolly. Hey, wagons! Oh!
Okay, little doggy. Just hold still, because I'm going to rope and tie you.
Callahan, look what I caught.
More like he caught you.
She's really a beauty, isn't she? A genuine Appalachian.
It's not an Appalachian, it's Appaloosa. And it's not a she, it's a he.
I don't care if it's a boy Appaloosa or a girl Appalachian. It's a beauty.
Sure is.
Can I keep him?
Yeah, looks like a wild horse. There's no shoes. Don't see any sign of a brand.
Yeah.
Looks like you found yourself a horse, Dusty.
Really? It's my own horse and I can keep him? My own horse.
Don't fight. I'll see if I can get you out of this. You get in some of the wildest...
Don't let go.
Let go of this one. Huh? Let go!
Looks like your Appaloosa cut off here, Uriah. With them other tracks.
I told you it was a horse thief, Marshal. Keep the rope handy, Roy. As soon as we catch up with him, we're gonna hang that varmint to the nearest tree.
The governor's mansion. Oh, no, but it'll sure be nice to sleep inside for one night. That corral's in pretty good shape.
I'd be happier with that information if I were a horse. This place looks like it's a rest home for termites.
Carter, why is everything out west so western?
Hey, look, everybody! I got myself a wild horse.
Dusty, he's beautiful. Well, I'll be. He's a beauty.
I'm gonna call him Freckles in the county. He's got all those freckles.
No, those are called blotches.
I'm still gonna call him Freckles. I don't like the name Blotch.
He is an elegant-looking beast, isn't he?
Yeah, it'd cost you a pretty piece of change to buy one like that.
Please, I never invest in anything that eats.
I'm not gonna sell him. I'm gonna keep him forever.
Doesn't may take you that long to break him. He looks a little ornery to me.
I can be just as ornery as he is. Let's see a little practice.
Well, afraid we haven't got time, Dusty. We're going to pull out of here at sunup tomorrow.
Good. The accommodations here are simply dreadful.
Hey, Mr. Callahan, guess what? I found a telegraph in there.
Oh, boy, a telegraph. I mean, a real telegraph. What's a telegraph?
It's a new invention by Samuel Morse. You see that wire? You can send messages over it.
You gotta be joshing me. You can't send messages over a skinny little wire like that. Your little wires don't even fit.
Yes, you can. You send it by clicking a series of dots and dashes. That invention is gonna make millions.
What's the matter with him?
Nothing. He always cries when he hears of someone else making millions.
Anyway, I figure if I can repair the break in the wire, I can make contact all the way back to St. Louis.
Oh, good. We can find out where we are and where to go.
How long you think it'll take you to fix that contraption?
A couple of days, maybe 3. Oh, great. Then I can bring Freckles while we're waiting.
Yeah. And then you'd have your very own horse, Dusty.
Yeah, my very own horse. Me and Freckles, together forever.
Looks like your horse thief joined a wagon train, Uriah.
Yeah. Come on, let's move, Marshal. I don't want him crossing any borders before we hang him.
Okay.
Wow, that makes 17 times he's hit the ground, according to my count. I counted 18.
You're both wrong. It's 20. You forgot the time he bounced twice. Come on, Dusty. Get up on him again, boy.
Come on, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty, why don't you quit for a while?
I think he's tired.
You think he's tired, huh?
He's not throwing me as far as he was before.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to show you something about breaking a horse. The first thing you got to do is show him who's boss.
He knows that. He knows that.
Come on.
Mr. Jones, Bean, and Stringfellow. Stop. Buy 1 million shares of Erie Barge. Stop.
Mr. Brookhaven, even if I repair this telegraph key, I must use it for more important messages than that.
More important than money? If you're not joking, young man, you're sick.
Feels like I slipped and fell in the bathtub.
Look, it is a bathtub.
Well, I'll be...
I wonder why anyone would leave it here.
Yeah, well, too heavy to carry on a stagecoach. Yeah, they probably busted an axle getting it this far.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? A hot bath. A hot bath.
Hey, how about that, Dusty? A nice hot bath.
It's not big enough for all of us.
No, separately, little pal, separately. Girls, go heat up some water.
Right away.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Right him.
Knees tight.
Home, Marshal. Yeah, it leads to that old relay station up ahead. And so does our horse thief's tracks.
Get that rope ready, Roy.
Hurry with the hot water. My goosebumps are getting bigger than the soap bubbles.
Now, don't be frightened, Freckles. I'm not going to hurt you. Question is, are you going to do the same? Okay. Easy, boy. Easy. 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 This is your friend. Easy. This is your friend. Dusty! You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Acting like a wild animal. Just wanted to be your friend. Some friend you turned out to be. Okay, I'm not going to put up any more horsing around even your horse. Do you understand?
You gentled him.
Yeah, you showed him who's boss.
Dusty, you're a man after my own heart.
I can't believe it. My own horse. My really own horse for the rest of my life.
Of course, that won't be for very long.
Welcome to the hanging, folks. There's some strong trees over by that relay station, Marshal. Why don't we hang them over there?
Just a minute. Dusty did not steal that horse.
Right, he's innocent.
You'll have to prove otherwise.
Well, that's easy. This horse is Circle O stock. He's only got one mark on him, and it's mine. And there it is. Circle O. Well, I've looked at a lot of brands, but I never saw that circle before.
Well, that horse has always been covered with spots. First time I saw him, I thought he had measles.
He's a low-down horse thief, and we're gonna hang him.
Now, hold on. There are extenuating circumstances.
Constable, you must not allow this to happen.
Or the United States government will not receive another penny of my tax money.
Thought you were supposed to be a lawman. What kind of justice do they have in this territory?
Okay. We'll give him a fair trial.
Now, that's better. And then we'll hang him.
Order in the court. How long have you known the defendant?
Since we left the East.
In your personal opinion, would he ever steal anything?
Oh, no, never.
See, I'm innocent. Sit down. We ain't even got to the part about you stealing horses yet. Do you believe that Dusty would go around stealing horses?
Your Honor, Dusty wouldn't steal honey from a beehive.
There's two things I wouldn't steal. Horses and honey.
Marshal, what's she saying got to do with him stealing my Appaloosa?
She's a character witness.
What we need here is a miracle witness.
Order in the court.
Your Honor, may I, approach the bench?
That's what I call a good approach to the bench.
Say what you have to say, ma'am.
Well, Your Honor, I'd, do just about, anything to save Dusty's life.
Marshal, if we're gonna get on with hanging this fella, don't you go getting swayed by no painted lady.
She ain't no painted lady. She's my friend. And if you want to be swayed by my friend, the painted lady, just go right ahead.
You can step down now, miss.
Your Honor, I think it is time that I had a talk with you in the privacy of your chambers.
I ain't got no chamber. Speak your mind.
Well, it's terribly personal. It concerns,
Are you offering me a bribe?
A bribe? How dare you, sir?
Well, if you are, you're wasting your money.
I was merely willing to offer a very great deal of money to have you release this young man on bail permanently.
Carter would never dream of bribing anyone.
It still sounded like a bribe to me.
Let me approach it in a different way. I am willing to pay a large amount of money to this young man here for the misappropriated horse, providing it spares Dusty's life.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Brookhaven. The horse ain't for sale, mister. No matter how much money you got.
Nonsense. Every man has his price.
Women, too, Your Honor.
Order in the court. Sit down, mister. You had your piece. Has anybody else got anything to say before I pass judgment?
I do. That man is guilty.
Right.
Oh, I mean, he is guilty of making a simple mistake. Well, if Dusty here had thought for a minute that horse belonged to somebody else, he'd have never claimed it for his own. Well, you and I both know we all make stupid mistakes from time to time.
I sure do.
Just like he's doing now.
Right.
I should have been the one to find that brand, but I didn't, so it's my fault. And I'm asking you to hang me instead.
You don't have to take my blame.
Marshal, We found the accused sitting on my horse, not him, and that's a hard fact.
Under the circumstances, I ain't got but one choice, and that's to find you, the defendant, guilty. Silence! Order to court! I'm afraid we're going to have to hang you, son.
What are you afraid about? I'm the one who's going to be hung.
We'll hang him at sunup.
It only gives me about 12 hours to fix that telegraph.
What good's that going to do us now?
There's a territorial court of appeals in Johnson City. If I can get the judge there to declare a mistrial, the marshal will have to free Dusty.
Come on, let's shackle him up. Take him over there. Court's adjourned. Now, you can sleep in this tonight.
Well, considering the hanging and everything, I don't like the shape of my bed.
Well, this way nobody will have to keep guard, and everybody will get a good night's rest. Now, get in there.
There's no way he's going to run away, chained to this fancy horse barrel. Andy, you go see if you can get that telegraph fixed. I got an idea it might give us the time we need.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so. That handcuff was really tight. Hey, that handcuff really hurts when you got it around your...
Wake up the marshal.
You don't believe me, I'll show you. Look, it's like that, see? It hurts, huh?
Hey, I think the marshal's waking up.
Oh, no. It's me out with my handcuff. I'm gonna be killed before I get home.
No, it's all right. Go back to sleep again. Hey. Okay, take these off. I did give you the keys, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. But what?
But I threw them away over there.
If we get out of this, I may hang you myself.
Folks know the penalty for aiding and abetting the escape of a horse thief?
We didn't aid and abet anyone. Well, I would have if I could have. We would have if we could have, and we should have.
That wagon master sprung him loose.
Looks like when we catch up to him, we'll have a double necktie party.
You warn me when you're going to stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop!
Is that fast enough?
Hey, Dusty, do you know where we are?
Yeah, I sure do. Up the creek.
No, this is the place you found that Appaloosa.
Oh, no, let's get out of here. I don't want to find another one. I'll get hung twice.
No, if we can find another set of hoof prints, it might lead us to the real horse thief. Yeah. We'll split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Right.
Good. Wait. We have got to find something to get these things off of us.
Not a chance. These handcuffs are as solid as a rock.
Well, keep looking at it. Okay.
Can't see anything.
Neither can I.
Well, I guess we're going to be stuck together for the rest of our lives.
I guess so. Hey, how'd you do that?
How did I do that?
Never mind. When we're old and sitting in rocking chairs, we'll figure it out. But we will never live to get old if we don't find that horse thief. I tell you what, you take that trail. I'll go down that way. If either one of us spot anything, we meet back here. All right?
Don't take them off, young fella. Some folks like to die with their boots on. Not me.
Please reconsider what you're doing.
Hey, hold a hanging! Here's your horse thief right here.
It's Crazy Blue!
Crazy Blue?
That's the wild stallion that's been chasing horses off all over the territory.
Oh, I thought he was dead.
He's been around these parts for years.
Yeah, well, he's driven some of your prize stock into a box canyon about 4 miles from here. He could have driven off that Appaloosa of yours, too.
Oh, yeah? I suppose he could have.
Well, now, I reckon we almost made a dumb mistake. You are free to go, Sonny.
I know. Mr. Callahan, I don't know how to say thank you except thank you.
Oh, that's all right, little pal. You'd have done anything in the world to save my neck, wouldn't you?
I'd save your whole body. Oh, Freckles. I love you. No, you can't take Freckles away. He's my horse, and I love him. I love him. No. You can't take Freckles away.
You're having that same crazy dream again.
Yeah, about the sheriff and the rancher and the hanging and the yucca and all the rest.
But he's going to take Freckles away from you. He was a wild horse, and you broke him, and he belongs to you.
Yeah.
Why?
Because then I could be having a nightmare.
Dusty? Good night.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
pick it up, sir. I was just leaving. Goodness treasure map. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That sounds like a bobcat coming this way. Stand back.
Guess what I found? Guess what I found?
I don't know what it was, but anything that makes you move that fast, I hope you find one every day.
I found a dead man.
You found
a real live dead man.
Good heavens.
Are you sure he was dead? He looked dead to me.
Did you feel his pulse?
I couldn't find any.
Hey, wait. Now let's stop. Calm down and start at the very beginning, huh?
Okay. I was born of poor but honest parents on a small farm in Pennsylvania.
No, not you. Tell us about the dead man.
I don't know where he was born, but I know where he died. You ought to see him down to skin and bones without the skin.
Would you say that what you found was a skeleton?
I'd be happy to say that. What I found was a skeleton.
Skeleton? Is that all?
Yeah, what's all the fuss about a skeleton?
I bet he died trying to protect this treasure map.
A treasure map?
What? That's what it looks like to me. See? You went to college, is it? With markings, wasn't it?
Carter.
Good afternoon, Dusty.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Brookhaven. Mr. Brookhaven.
Won't you join us?
Yes, please sit down.
You really must take tea with us, young man. You look positively starved.
I always look positively starved, even after I've eaten.
Just a spot of tea, then.
I couldn't eat another spot.
Daphne, it's obvious why this poor lad isn't hungry. He has a problem.
I do?
Of course you do, dear boy. Fortune hunters and sharpshooters and connivers of all kinds will try to separate you from your treasure map.
Unless you have a business partner who's schooled in money matters.
You mean like a banker?
Precisely.
Well, you're a banker, Mr. Brookhaven. Why don't you just...
Accepted, my dear boy, accepted. Now, let's get all this down in black and white.
We don't need a piece of paper between us. I trust you.
Oh, we trust you too, Dusty.
Thanks.
But now that we're both partners, wouldn't it be splendid if we both had a copy of a map for safekeeping?
Now, why didn't I think of that? I guess that's why you're a businessman.
Exactly, my dear boy. Exactly.
You hold the map and I'll copy. See? Yeah, there it is.
And your eyes, Dusty, they say so much. And your hair. And your muscles.
I think it's in the other arm.
Dusty, I'd like to make a man-to-man proposition.
Okay, but I don't think you're built for it.
I'm talking about a partnership. The two of us. Why, we'll open the biggest, brightest, gold, dangest dance hall in all of Frisco.
I don't know how to run a dance hall.
But I'll personally teach you everything you need to know.
Okay, partners. I'll go draw you a map.
Do you really mean it?
Of course I mean it. We're partners.
Oh, that's great. Because that treasure can really do wonders for this new land.
Like what?
You and I can dam rivers for irrigation, clear the land for cities, build a railroad from coast to coast. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It seems like a lot of work for just two guys.
There. Good as new.
Thanks, Betsy.
There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you, Dusty. Or the children.
Children? I don't remember proposing.
Not ours, Dusty. I'm talking about the children out west who need an education. Gee, with your treasure, you could build the finest school, hire the best teachers, buy the best books.
Sounds like a great school. Could I go?
Of course.
And could I hire you to be the teacher?
Well, sure.
Can I be in your class?
First row, first seat.
Okay, teach.
you got yourself a bunch of schools. Mr. Callahan, this is for you.
Hey, hold on here a minute. That's a copy of your treasure map.
Yeah, I want to make you my partner.
Well, that's very generous of you, Dusty, but you found the treasure. It's yours, all yours.
Yeah, but I want you to be my partner, too.
Well, thanks again, but what do you mean, too?
Oh, I was having tea with Mr. and Mrs. Brookhaven.
You didn't make them partners in your treasure.
I didn't? I thought I did.
I better have a talk with them and unpartner you.
What about Lulu?
Well, what about Lulu? Don't tell me you made her a partner, too.
Okay, I won't tell you, but I did.
Oh, no.
We were having a man-to-man talk, and it seems like a good idea at the time.
You got any more partners?
Nope, except for Betsy and Andy.
Betsy and... who else?
Nobody, except you, and you don't want to be a partner.
Dusty, don't you know what happens to people when they hear the word treasure? Well, they get greedy. They might try to take your treasure away from you.
But they're my friends. They wouldn't cheat me.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I got a hunch no could be bigger than yes. Huh?
I'm positive.
But it's deceitful, underhanded, and downright dishonest.
You see, I told you it was the right thing.
Lulu? Lulu? I wonder if anything happened to her.
Hey, Dusty. Dusty, wake up. Hey, Dusty. I'm too excited to sleep.
Go sleep.
No, I keep thinking about the treasure. Let's go find it. Okay. I'll find it for both of us.
Partners going to business for themselves. Hey, come on, wake up, little pal. Treasure map. Yeah, you just keep sleeping, little pal. I'll go get that treasure before they do, and it'll be all yours.
I must have slept late. Where's everybody?
Mr. Callahan? Betsy? Lulu? Anybody? Is anybody around
Mr. Callahan say that when you're facing wild animals, you're supposed to play dead.
Mr. Callahan! Andy, you scared the curls off of me.
What are you doing out here away from camp?
I was thirsty. What about you?
I was looking for the treasure, too.
You seem to be birds of a feather.
Well, Dusty and I plan to use that treasure for a very worthy cause.
Well, so do I. I plan to build a great, big, beautiful dance hall to brighten up the lives of lonely old men.
That's a worthy cause?
It is for lonely old men. Callahan! Callahan! I've got to find Mr. Callahan and tell him about Dusty. He's been killed by a bear. Oh, no.
And none of us were there to help him. Girls, you go find Mr. Callahan. I'm going back to camp.
Well, where do we look? You go this way and I'll go that way.
Carter, this is ridiculous.
There's nothing ridiculous about money.
But I'm tired.
Keep saying to yourself, money, money, money. It gives you strength.
Mrs. Brookhaven, what's wrong, my dear? I have some terrible news.
Don't tell me the stock market's crashed.
It's Dusty. He's been killed by a bear.
Come, my dear. We'll return immediately to the camp. Come along.
Let's see now. 6 large steps west. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you are. Got bad news for you about Dusty. Oh, it's terrible. There was this big bear and poor Dusty.
How bad is it?
Bad as it can be.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still help him, huh? Here.
Come on, Callahan.
Yeah, well, maybe some people from another wagon train buried him.
There's some prospectors.
Yeah.
Rather sloppy, whoever they were.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm glad they took care of my little pal. Well, let's go get the women, get this over with. Well, I ain't very good at this sort of thing, but I got a few words I'd like to say. I'm the only one that's to blame for what happened to Dusty. If I hadn't have been so worried about who's going to get the treasure, my little pal would still be alive. Oh, I used to holler at him a lot when he'd do stupid things. I don't mean I'm sorry he's stupid. I mean I'm sorry I hollered. Anyways, Dusty, wherever you are, I hope you can hear me and that you forgive me.
I've never known anybody that was nicer, sweeter. He wanted to go to school. He would have been my favorite pupil. Even if he didn't learn anything.
We let the treasure blind us. We allowed pure greed to send us into the woods when we were needed here. It isn't much, Dusty, but when we get to California, I will build a monument to your eternal memory, which will be called appropriately the Carter Brookhaven Memorial.
Dusty.
The Carter Brookhaven Dusty Memorial.
Oh, Dusty, you were so different from all the men I've ever known.
They were always fresh, and you were always shy. They were always suave and sophisticated, handsome and witty. And you were always dusty.
Dusty, I know you can't hear me. But I know you can hear this. You were a good and honest man, and I'm truly sorry.
Oh, Dusty, if you could only come back to us.
I'm coming back.
Dusty, wherever you are now, I know you'll rest in comfort.
Mr. Callahan? Mr. Callahan! Hiya. You surprised to see me?
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, how's it up there?
It's kind of chilly. All I got is the sheet.
Get the hang of it.
Mr. Callahan.
Yeah, don't say a word. Just want to remember you like you were. Yeah, it's all right. We'll be riding through those pearly gates side by side again.
Mr. Callahan?
Did you? I must be dreaming again.
That's what you said last night.
Last night? Was that really you? I mean, this really you?
Yeah, cross my heart.
You're not dead.
Cross my heart.
Hey, Dusty's alive. My little pal's alive.
Yeah, Mr. Callahan, that was a beautiful funeral.
Funeral? You heard that? Why'd you let us go on with all that slop without saying something?
Well, it was so beautiful, I wished I was dead.
Hey, everybody! Come out! Dusty's alive! Hey, come here! My little pal's alive! He's alive, I tell you! You had me fooled!
Yes, I'm happy! Hey, Rupert, Lulu! To see you so happy and hearty, Dusty. Oh, I'm ecstatic, aren't you, Carter?
Overjoyed, my boy.
You're welcome back.
Wait a minute. The grave. Who's under there?
Nobody. That's my clothes. You see, I rented the skunk.
A skunk? Say no more! Say no more, Dusty!
Well, I better get dressed. You know, we gotta find that treasure. We're all partners.
How do you like that little guy, huh? After all that's happened, he still wants you all to be his partners.
I found the treasure! I found the treasure!
Treasure! How do you like that? Treasure is a town, and the map just shows us how to get there.
There goes my dance hall.
My school.
My dam.
My word.
Boys, you're all mad at me.
Hey, nobody's mad at you, little pal.
Well, we didn't find a treasure.
You're wrong. We may have found the greatest treasure of them all.
What?
I'll explain it to you when you're older. Yeah, come on, Dusty Boy. We gotta get rolling.
Wait a minute, Mr. Callahan. I figured I'd dig up my clothes. Maybe the smell's gone by now.
No, skunk spray stays forever.
the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Sure wish Dusty'd get here with that blanket.
Glad you know about smoke signals, Callahan.
That's part of being a wagon master. We'll send up a signal that we come in peace, and they'll let us pass through their territory. Hey, what took you so long?
How to roll Lulu out of it.
All right, get a hold of the blanket. 3 short puffs mean that we're friendly.
Do you want to spell that friendly with a capital F or a small f?
Will you stop jabbering? The fire will go out. All right, you hold that end down over there. That'll be good and tight. All right?
The blanket.
Dusty, you've added 2 extra puffs.
You changed the message. I think 5 puffs mean that we're mortal enemies. If they saw those last 2 puffs, we are in big trouble.
Callahan?
Dusty just sent up the wrong smoke signal. I don't know what kind of a message those Indians got.
Are we gonna head north?
No, there's heavy snow up there.
What about south?
Bandit territory.
Some choice. We get captured, frozen, or shot.
Yeah, Miss Brookhaven, you folks all set?
Yes. Oh, dear, for Cass's sake, I do hope those Indians are friendly. Tomorrow's a very special day.
Darling, you can't expect them to be friendly just because it's my birthday.
They're really close now. Maybe less than a mile.
We can't hightail it out of here now. They got fast ponies, we got slow wagons.
Oh, we just can't sit around here and wait for them.
Yeah. That's exactly what we're going to do. Indians admire and respect courage, and that's what we're going to show them, is courage. Right, folks?
Right. Courage.
Just pour and smile like nothing was wrong. Remind me later to scream in pain, huh? Yeah, we are here in peace.
We know you come in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Tarawaka smoke signals. 3 puffs mean friendly. 5 mean lifelong friendship.
We're lucky I'm such a lousy speller.
Well, it's nice that we all came here in friendship.
Yeah, I mean, how about that? We're all just good friends,
All right, Chief. I mean, if he was a member of your tribe, he would be known as Little Chief Hole in the Head. Yeah, well, all we want is for our wagon train to pass through your territory.
Of course. To pass through our territory, it is custom to pay tribute.
Yes, but we have many fine gifts for you, huh? Yeah, I'd have him gift wrap for you, but I don't think you'd want him.
Do business, you need a businessman. Chief, how about this diamond? Worth 5,000 buffalo.
Rather have 1 buffalo.
It's 24 carats.
Tribe grows on vegetables. Chief, like this. I accept this as tribute. You may pass through our territory.
Oh, it was very generous of you, dear, giving up your favorite walking stick.
Well, I must say it goes rather well with that elegant headdress. That's something I'd like to have.
Now you may continue on your journey.
Ah, thank you, Chief.
I've just gotten a most marvelous idea for Carter's birthday.
Let's take care of the birthday later. I gotta say goodbye to the Chief.
Oh, before you do, perhaps you can make an arrangement with him for that lovely headdress.
For the headdress? But that's impossible.
Oh, please. It would mean so much to Carter.
Oh, Chief, my gold bracelet.
I'll see what I can do.
I can't seem to find my Daphne.
Well, she's probably in the stagecoach.
Oh, yes, perhaps. I'll look and see.
Hey, where's Mr. Callahan?
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was checking his horse. Maybe he knows where Mrs. Brookhaven is.
You said you had a surprise for me?
Yes, Miss Brookhaven. And you've got your surprise for Mr. Brookhaven's birthday. Yeah.
The headdress? Oh, it'll be the best birthday present Carter's ever had.
Well, I sure hope he appreciates it because I had to trade your gold bracelet and my Bowie knife for that.
Your Bowie knife?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Callahan. I know how much that Bowie knife meant to you.
Mrs. Brookhaven, Mr. Callahan. I don't believe it.
Something wrong?
Nope.
Well, then why are you so nervous?
I'm not saying.
What aren't you saying?
I'm not saying that I saw Mrs. Brookhaven and Mr. Callahan kissing in broad daylight, because if this gets around, it...
Mr. Callahan and Mrs. Brookhaven? Are you sure?
I saw it with my own eyes, both of them.
Oh, Mr. Brookhaven's going to be devastated. Oh, we've got to keep them apart before this goes any further.
Yeah, like right now.
Daphne, what are you doing there?
I got a better question. What are you doing sitting on my lap?
Well, I didn't know your lap was there. Now move over.
Mr. Callahan.
Yes?
I have something I'd like to tell Mrs. Brookhaven. Would you mind moving?
No, let's go there.
What a lucky wife you are to have such a charming, devoted husband like Mr. Brookhaven.
I know that.
Betsy, your beans are ready.
Now? Lulu, would you mind taking my place? What's wrong with where I am? Well, this log is much softer over here.
Okay.
I was just telling Mrs. Brookhaven about how wonderful her husband is. Faithful and devoted. Isn't that right, Lulu?
Well, he never winked at me, Mrs. Brookhaven.
Beans are ready, Lulu. Come get them.
Dusty, what's the matter with you?
I just can't seem to sit still tonight. Maybe Annie's serving jumpy beans. My, but it's chilly tonight. You know, Mr. Brookhaven, if I had a wife as beautiful as yours, I'd put my arms around her and keep her warm.
I'll do better than that. I'll go fetch her shawl.
Thank you, dear.
Mr. Callahan. Now that Mr. Brookhaven is gone, I can tell you that I have an unexpected surprise for him.
What? It wouldn't remain a surprise if we told everyone, would it?
Quite right. If we told everyone, our secret might leak out.
You're doing a wonderful thing trying to save the Brookhavens' marriage.
Well, from what you've been telling me has been going on, we'd better get Mr. Callahan's mind off of Mrs. Brookhaven in a hurry.
Are you sure you can do it?
If I can, I'll turn in my beauty mark. Hi, Cal.
Hi, Lulu. Just getting everything shipshape for today's trek.
Well, speaking of of shipshape. What do you think of my new outfit?
That's great. Hand me that can of Axle grease there, would you?
Sure. Only I'll have to be real careful, Cal, because I don't want to get any grease on this tight, form-fitting dress.
Yeah, thanks.
Boy, I always admired you wagon masters. I mean, you're such a mass of muscles. You know, I'll bet if you hugged a girl, you'd put a dent in her rib cage.
Speaking of rib cage, I sure wish we could fatten up old Bessie. That golly, she do sweat a lot on the trail.
There's a lot more interesting things around here beside trails and horses if you just open your eye.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I've been looking all over for that wrench. There you are. I believe she was wearing a new dress.
How'd it go? Like the Battle of Waterloo. Meet Napoleon.
I took the emerald from my ring. Do you think it adds the right touch to the headdress?
Oh, Mrs. Brookhaven, that's a thing of beauty.
Oh, I thought it needed a little something extra. Now, where can I hide it so that he won't find it and spoil our secret?
Well, how about the covered wagon? He never goes in there.
Oh, just the right place.
Yes, ma'am.
I've hidden dear Carter's present where no one will ever find it.
Oh, that's good. Here, let me help you down, Mrs. Brookhaven. Oh.
Husband is always the last to know. Callahan, unhand my wife.
Well, you don't understand.
I said unhand my wife, sir.
But
drop her at once, sir.
You're jumping to conclusions.
Sir, I challenge you to a duel.
Mr. Brookhaven, will you please get inside?
I'm not riding with that woman.
Whoa! Everybody, whoa! Look, Mr. Brookhaven, you can't walk all the way to California.
I can try. I will not ride with Mrs. Brookhaven or that wife-stealing wagon master.
At least get the coach and talk it over with Mrs. Brookhaven.
Not until I avenge my honor. After the duel with Mr. Callahan, she can take the one that's left.
Duels don't settle anything. You might get shot.
Shot?
Why are we stopping?
The duel is off.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
Me too. Now I don't have to keep that secret.
What secret?
Well, I saw Mr. Callahan kissing your wife.
You kissed my wife?
Now, Mr. Brookhaven.
You can't. You'll see my second within the hour.
Before you go ahead with this duel, Mr. Brookhaven, I've got to warn you, Mr. Callahan's a dead shot.
Andy, I think you should know I once won a piggy bank in a shooting gallery.
That piggy didn't shoot back.
You have a point there. Nevertheless, my honor is at stake.
Mr. Brookhaven, if you'll just give me 2 minutes, I can explain this whole situation.
Andy, I appoint you my second. I refuse to speak to Callahan. Tell him he has 1 minute to leave.
You heard him, Mr. Callahan. You've got 1 minute to leave.
Well, if he's going to behave like that, you tell him that he can speak to me through my second, who is Dusty. Dusty, you tell him that I am not interested in his wife.
I am not interested in his wife. I'm not interested in your wife. His wife. He's not interested in your wife.
Then why was he kissing her?
Then why was he kissing her? Why was he kissing her?
It had to do with a birthday present.
I didn't even believe that one.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
No one tells the Brookhaven to shut up. Tell him I shall meet him on the field of honor.
Mr. Callahan.
Mrs. Brookhaven, we shouldn't be seen talking to each other. We're in enough trouble as it is.
I simply had to tell you that even though Mr. Brookhaven doubts my love, I don't want him to get hurt.
Well, neither do I. But I tried to talk him out of it. He challenged me to a duel.
There must be a way.
Well, if there is, I'm sure that I don't. this. There just might be one way.
What is it you wanted?
Nothing. I just thought we'd take a little walk and get some fresh air and then... Oh, my, what have we stumbled upon? It looks like Mr. Callahan's practice range. He's just warming up. That was left-handed. Look at that. He shot the tail feathers right out of the eagle.
Destruction of money. Unforgivable.
About the duel, you're going to give it up now.
No, I'm not. I need more practice.
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes, I'm sure.
It's a good thing I'm not a few inches taller. But give up the duel, Mr. Brookhaven. It's not worth your life or mine.
When a Brookhaven's honor is at stake, there is no turning back.
Hold it.
What are you doing there?
I want to be where it's safe.
And in the unlikely event that a stray Callahan bullet should pierce my aching heart, I bequeath the sum of $1 million to my favorite charity, the Institute for the Underprivileged Rich, and to my beloved wife, Daphne.
Yes, Mr. Brookhaven.
I leave all my gold mines, all my banks, and everything else they can't take with me.
Oh, Mr. Brookhaven, you're the most forgiving man I've ever met. You must love her deeply.
Oh, I do, my dear. I love her more than I love my mother. And she left me my fortune.
Bedroll's still made up. You been up all night?
Yeah. Trying to figure some way out of this silly duel.
Got any ideas?
Well, the only thing I can think of is to go ahead and have the duel and make sure I miss him.
The only trouble with that is he'll be shooting at you.
Did you ever see Mr. Brookhaven shoot? Couldn't hit a buffalo if he's riding on its back.
You might get lucky. He's got 6 shots.
You got a point there.
You know, I was thinking, what if we took the lead out of the bullets and just left the powder?
Yeah, blanks, huh? That way Mr. Brookhaven could avenge his honor and nobody get hurt.
Exactly.
Hey, you're a genius, Andy. But don't tell anybody. Mr. Brookhaven must never know.
Never.
Hey, cheers.
The duel will proceed in 5 minutes. Mr. Callahan has given you first choice of weapons.
I'm not sure which one to pick.
Take my word, sir, they're identical. I'll give the other gun to Mr. Callahan.
Tell him to expect a rigorous battle. He has only his life at stake. I have my millions.
Here's some things you might need, Mr. Brookhaven. Some bandages and splints and... Oh, yeah, there's a stretcher out by the field.
Bandages and splints?
And the smelling salts for me. I can't stand the sight of blood. And I know there's going to be plenty of that.
Perhaps everyone is right. Perhaps we should call the whole thing off.
Well, hooray! That's great, Mr. Brookhaven. I mean, what do you care if everybody calls you a coward?
Coward? Brookhaven has never turned his back on danger. The duel is back on. My gun, please.
I can't find it.
Very well. I'll use yours. You may inform Mr. Callahan that I am ready to face him. And may the richest man win.
Shoot straight, sir. I will show no mercy.
You, sir, have stolen your last wife. Let the duel proceed.
Gentlemen, you will each take 10 paces, and on the count of 10, you will turn and fire. Ready, Dusty?
Ready. 1, 2.
Carter, you mustn't go on with this. It's all a dreadful mistake. You see, I was planning this surprise for you.
Now, Daphne, dear, please stand back. Mr. Callahan has just cuckolded his last cuckoldee. It's a matter of honor now, dear.
Mrs. Brookhaven, there's nothing to worry about. Mr. Callahan and I took the lead out of the bullets. There's nothing in there but powder.
Oh, thank heavens.
Okay, then. We have to start over again. Everybody back up. Ready or not? 1, 2, 3.
Dusty, can't you count to 10 any faster than that?
No, okay. Have to start all over again. Back up. On your mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ye gods, what's all the rush about?
I can't wait to find out how it turns out. 9, 10.
Dusty, get down!
Out of the way!
Well, I have fired my best shot, Mr. Brookhaven. Now it's your turn.
Thank you, sir.
It's a real bullet.
Well, what did you expect? A marshmallow? Defend yourself.
I give up, Mr. Brookhaven.
My honor has been avenged. Daphne, come along, dear.
Andy, I could have been killed.
I can't figure out how real bullets got in Mr. Brookhaven's gun.
That wasn't Mr. Brookhaven's gun. That was my gun.
Your gun? Dusty, how did he get your gun? I mean, for crying out loud, I could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Callahan, but at least you learned a great dance.
Yeah, it did.
What did you do that for?
I don't like to dance alone, little pal. I don't like to dance alone. You don't even know I'm shooting blanks.
For he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny.
Thank you, one and all. Just imagine, I'm wearing a real Indian chief's headdress.
Well, I'm mighty glad we got our misunderstanding cleared up, Mr. Brookhaven. Put her there.
No longer Mr. Brookhaven, sir. From now on, Big Chief, never be suspicious of wife again.
You know, if I ever get married, Mrs. Brookhaven, I hope I get married to someone like you.
Oh, thank you, Dusty.
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
suppose I send back a veal for your wagon and we move on, yeah? Always it is worse when you have nothing fed. I go see what I can find for you. Quiet, Kronk. Quiet. Try to be quiet.
Please, Mr. Callahan, let's not stop here. I got a weird feeling about this place.
You get a weird feeling about a lot of places.
Yeah, but this time my weird feeling's weirder than my usual weird.
Believe me, I have discovered that experience is more reliable than feeling. Now, you can trust me. This is a safe place to camp.
Fine, Lulu. I got tomatoes and potatoes and... When you were coming over, did you happen to see a bag of beans going the other direction?
A bag of beans going? You know, I always thought I understood men, but you shake my confidence. Let's get the vegetables ready, okay?
No. This
I saw that tomato snatcher. Give it back. Give it back. Look, if you can afford a fur coat, you can afford to pay for the vegetables. Come on down here and fix me like a man. Come on.
Don't feed them ponies too many apples. There ain't nothing more ornery than a pony with the bloat.
Mr. Callahan, Andy, help! Terrible, big, out of a tree, mouth, teeth, and tomatoes and potatoes and...
Wait a minute. Simmer down now. Let's try to make some sense.
You're hysterical, Dusty. Now, take a deep breath. Pronounce each word slowly. You ready? Begin.
Tree. What about a tree?
Thing. Thing in a tree. What kind of thing?
Hair. All right, you saw a hairy thing in a tree. What was it doing there?
Hairy arms and hairy feet and hairy toes and hairy cheeks and look like a big man-eating wing. And don't let it get me.
Yeah, wait a minute. All right, little pal. Nothing's going to get you.
Dusty, the thing you described couldn't possibly be here.
It couldn't?
No, the only creature answering to that description is the giant African bush gorilla, and there aren't any on this continent.
Well, wait till you tell that the gorilla swipe my tomatoes.
Now, wait a minute. There is no doubt that you saw something. But if Andy, with all his book learning, says it ain't a gorilla, that is one thing we can be sure that it ain't, huh?
I didn't see a big old hairy gorilla?
Absolutely not.
Sure am glad I didn't see that big old hairy gorilla before.
Why?
Because I just didn't see him swiping those apples right now.
The apples are gone.
I wonder who could have taken them.
Well, one thing for sure, we know it wasn't a big hairy gorilla. Right, Andy?
Right. Well, if we just get up and walk away, I mean, what in tarnation are we up against here?
You hear that? Indian war drums.
Those are not Indian war drums.
How can you be sure of that?
Because I speak drum language. And if those were Indian war drums, the message that they just sent out would be, my uncle's elbow is in the house of a squirrel.
Maybe the drummer's a rotten speller.
The one thing I know for sure, that sound is not Indian war drums. And no Indian made that footprint. What do you make of that, Andy?
It's remarkable. It's the track of a simian primate in the great ape classification.
Oh, thank goodness. For a minute, I thought you were going to say gorilla.
That's what he just said.
I don't understand it. But I can't deny it appears to be the track of a gorilla.
Deny it. Deny it.
I don't know what it is. But until it can be identified, we must assume it's dangerous.
Yeah, very.
And hairy.
That thumping noise has stopped.
Carter, are you sure?
My dear, if I can hear interest accumulating in a vault in Boston, I can certainly hear when a noise has stopped. Listen.
Yes. I distinctly hear nothing. There it isn't again. Carter, what shall we do? I feel like running.
Brookhaven's never run. Not when they can hide.
I don't know how you can be so calm, Lulu. I got a real case of the jitters.
Well, when a gal earns her living doing the cooch dance at the cowboy picnic, she learns not to scare so easy.
Relax. I'll try. But I can't help worrying.
Well, everybody gets that spooky feeling once in a while. Just keep telling yourself that you're not afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm afraid.
Dusty. Andy. We got company.
Oh, should I make some coffee and biscuits?
It's not that kind of company. Hey. It's that kind of company.
What do you think it is, Mr. Callahan?
I don't know.
All right, come on out, whoever you are, and come out slow.
Klaus von Schmidt, at your service. And so I have been tracking him since he geflogen there, since his escape. And then I see your campfire and decide I must present myself before it is too late, yeah?
What do you mean, too late?
My gorilla is a ferocious and wild, dangerous animal. If he hurt any of you, I should be most sorry.
I knew it was a gorilla. I could smell bananas on his breath.
Why don't you tell us everything you can about your gorilla? That way we stand a better chance of protecting ourselves and helping you capture him.
Yeah, that macht good. I agree with you, sir. First of all, I tell you his nomen, his name. Krank.
Gesundheit.
Has he escaped before?
Oh, yeah. In London and in Vienna. Oh, many times. And always he does the same thing.
What do you mean?
First, he finds food. Then he beats his chest to establish his territory. And then?
And then what?
Then he steals a woman.
Oh. Well, at least our ladies are all safe.
Du bist kaputt. You have lost them. Now Gronk has her, and he will kill anyone who tries to take her back. Ach, du lieber, dass es mein Gestiefelpund. Das aber schon ausgegangen mit der kleinen Mädel.
What did you say?
Well, I'm sorry. When I am excited, I forget to speak my good English.
Now, look, let's not lose our heads. Betsy is in trouble, and she's depending upon us.
Yeah, let's run after that gorilla and take Betsy away from him and give him a knuckle sandwich right in the fangs.
Nein. I have seen Gronk tear a tree trunk in half with his bare hands.
Maybe we better wait until he's tired of her.
First thing we got to do is figure out where he's taking her.
Well, if he behaves like other great apes, he's probably heading for a cave.
Yeah, that is exactly right.
Well, we better give up then. There's so many caves around, and the mountains look like Swiss cheese.
Look, we'll make search parties. You go with Klaus, Andy will go with me. We'll leave Mr. Brookhaven here to look after the ladies. Come on, Andy.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry. They're good.
Betsy! Hey, Betsy, can you hear me?
Dusty, I'm in here!
Gronk, it is I, Klaus, yeah? Do not harm the girl, Gronk. Please, do not harm the girl. Listen to me closely, my friend. Gronk may get crazy any time now. So you must hurry and find Mr. Callahan and give him an important message. Meanwhile, I shall stand watch here.
Yeah, what if I go find Mr. Callahan, give him an important message while you stand watch here?
That is just what I have said.
I know, but it sounded so good I wanted to hear it again.
So, now you must take my message and do not miss ein word. The exactness of the message may save the girl's life. Ja, gut?
Ja, gut.
Gut. Das apische Wurst ist gefüllt der schöne Schulische mit der Kram gewann oder alles in Ordnung. Ablang alles in Ordnung oder machen sie kaputt. Tot. Ja, gut?
Ja, gut.
One moment, bitte. Young man, the message in English is that... He's gone. Dummkopf.
Betsy, where are you? Betsy!
Mr. Callahan.
Hey, Dusty, is that you?
Mr. Callahan.
Message, quick.
Well, tell us.
Geflungen and geflungen and kaput. Ja, kaput, ja.
That's the message?
Yeah, and Klaus said if I didn't get it right, Betsy might get hurt real bad.
Well, obviously, Klaus remained behind to guard something.
Right, we found the cave where Gronk took Betsy, and Klaus, said I gotta find you guys while he stayed behind and was lookout. That's what the message must have said. Hey, how about that? I can speak German.
Well, let's make tracks.
No, not yet. Now, without a plan, we run the risk of irritating Gronk with no purpose.
Yeah, we gotta have a plan.
Has anybody seen Annie's equipment chest?
It's over there on the wagon.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff to take care of Gronk.
Oh, I didn't know Andy had a cannon in there.
It's not a gun. It's some kind of scientific formula in a big bottle. That's not it.
If you can tell us what it is you're seeking, perhaps we can help you seek.
I can't remember the name, but it has something that sounds kind of funny.
Potassium cyanide. Fulminate of mercury.
This is it. Chloroform.
All right, now let's go over the plan one more time, Dusty. Klaus and I will rig the net over the mouth of the cave, just out of Gronk's sight.
Right. I make a noise outside so when he comes outside to see it.
Yeah, and then you and Klaus drop the net over him, and I'll get in there and wrestle with him until you can get the chloroform in his mouth.
Yeah, but you must do it quickly.
You better believe it. I can't wrestle that ape too long.
Don't you worry. As soon as he steps out, I'll just give it to him right in the mouth and just kind of hold it there until he get on faints and... Boy, it starts to be strong. And then I just hold on to it and just give it to
Now listen, you start to make a ruckus as soon as I give the signal, and hurry with that stuff because I can't wrestle that gorilla for very long.
Right.
Hey, Gronk, come out here.
Gronk is a sissy. Gronk is a sissy.
Come on, get him! Get him, Dusty! Get him! Get him, Dusty! Come on! Get him! Okay, all right. Thing. Anybody ever make some boxing gloves big enough to fit long fingernails, there's going to be a new heavyweight champ of the world.
That Gronk sure was angry when he got back to his cave. I mean, there was steam coming out of his eyes.
I bet he's still in trouble. Nothing to do but go try again.
Nein. Gronk will be twice as suspicious as before, and even more deadly.
I still say that chloroform is the answer. The problem is getting him to take it.
Why don't we give him a ham and chloroform sandwich?
It's ridiculous. The only food that Gronk loves is bananas.
Are you suggesting that we give him a chloroform banana?
That's it. The problem is getting him to take it.
Oh, if only we were in Dusseldorf.
What do you, in Dussel whatever? What did you say? What is that?
Because there's a little chimpanzee in the zoo there who is best friends with Gronk. For some reason, Gronk is always very gentle with monkeys.
You mean if we had a little gorilla, we could get him to take a loaded banana?
Well, wait, you gotta find a little gorilla in this...
Well, it may not be perfect, but it's a rush job.
It's great. I can't go through life like this.
But Dusty, Mrs. Brookhaven's fur coat looks just fine.
Just get him to trust you, and then you give him that, huh?
Don't worry, Mr. Callahan. I'll have the gorilla eating out of my arm. I mean, my hand. I wish I hadn't said that.
Just get him out in the open, and I'll finish him off with this buffalo gun.
Nein, you must not do this. Gronk is an extremely rare specimen. You must appeal to his gentleness. Then he will trust you, and he will take the banana.
Okay, but this is the last time I let anybody make a monkey out of me.
All right, there goes a brave little guy.
Angry this time. I think you've got him interested.
Betsy, when you get out, run to me. Turn right. Doing fine. Give me here. Get my knee under. Okay. We'll get you out there in a minute, Bessie, baby.
Sorry, Gronk, I can't play anymore.
You got a minute?
Help! Somebody help!
Don't show fear.
What about if I show panic?
The way they sing Gronk does. That's how apes show friendship.
Do what he does.
Come on, Betsy. You take care of Betsy. I'll help Dusty.
He's getting mad with you. Give him the banana. Give him the banana.
No, thanks. I've already had enough. I really don't want it. I mean, I just don't want it. No, go ahead, you can have it. I don't want it anymore, really. Just go ahead, no. I don't want it anymore.
How's he doing?
You see? Monkey do, monkey see, see?
But how? You ate some banana, too.
I only pretended to eat it so we would do what I did. He thought I took a bite like this.
I certainly am glad that Krause and Kronk got themselves back to that circus.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about wild African animals bothering us anymore.
No, that couldn't happen again in a month of Sundays.
You think lions like bananas?
Wagons, go!
Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Hey, Mr. Callahan. Huh? Mr. Callahan.
What? Hey, Dusty. Howdy, stranger.
Howdy. I'm sorry to disturb you folks, but, well, it's an emergency. The name is Hank Gibson.
Hi, Hank. What seems to be the trouble?
Well, a buddy of mine is awful sick, and there ain't no doctor in town.
Well, we don't have any doctor out here.
Well, I know something about first aid.
And I've had some experience in nursing.
I get sick a lot.
Yeah, well, I'd be much obliged if you'd come with me.
I'll get my medical book.
I'll fetch the first aid kit.
Now, listen, you look after her, huh?
She'll be all right.
All right.
Oh, nothing to worry about, sir. I'll have him back before sunup.
Yeah, you do that.
I found somebody, Rocky.
feeling well.
Yeah, let's have a look. Where does it hurt?
Right here.
It's a bullet wound.
Yeah. A little present from a marshal. And guess who's gonna take it out?
Friend here said you were sick, not shot.
Yeah. Besides robbing banks, he lies a lot. Now you better start getting the sled out of me before I put some into you.
Sign of Andy or Betsy yet. Can you see anything up there, Dusty?
I can't see anything. It must be nighttime over there.
Why don't you take the cover off that telescope?
Oh, yeah, you can see a lot better now.
What do you see?
A naked buffalo.
A naked
Oh, it's just an ant on the lens.
Well, obviously you're not doing any good up there. Come on down.
I'm getting worried. Now, one must never worry before breakfast.
Or before lunch, or before dinner.
In that case, one must never worry at all.
Good boy. Here we are worried about Andy and Betsy, and you've got to be fooling around.
Well, I sure hope nothing's happened to him.
Yeah.
Please don't even suggest such a thing.
There are many reasons why he might be delayed.
Yeah, maybe the town's farther away than we thought, and maybe he's sicker than we thought, and maybe they got eaten by white animals.
Why don't you climb up? Well, I'll go in town and see if I can find him.
I'm going to town and see if I can find him.
All right, Dusty. Now, I'm going to leave you in charge while I'm gone.
Okay, gang. Come on, let's get in the wagons. We're gonna run a little late there. All right, saddle them up, move them out. Wagons.
Would you wait till we get back? We might like to join you.
Sure. Just erase what I said.
Rain. Thank you. Hey, come on, Blarney. Hey!
Like I told you hours ago, the bullet's too deeply embedded for me to get out.
There's really nothing we can do.
What I expect from a lunkhead like you. I caught me a real bullet. You should have caught me a real doctor.
I had to take what I could get.
The next town our wagon train passes through, I promise you, I'll get you a real doctor.
You ain't leaving for nowhere.
Hey, Andy, Betsy, it's me, Callahan.
Tell him to come in. Polite like.
In here, Mr. Callahan.
Oh, well, Betsy, Andy. Well, we're kind of worried about you.
Right now, I'm kind of worried about you.
Oh, why?
Here's one reason.
And here's another.
Well, I'd say that's two pretty good reasons.
He's not sick. He has a bullet wound.
Yeah, I can see that, Betsy.
From a marshal.
Oh?
All right. Take him in the next room and tie him up.
First Andy, then Betsy, and now Mr. Callahan is gone.
You're in charge, so you better come up with a plan.
You're right. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Plan 1. We'll get him back.
But how?
That's plan 2.
What is plan 2?
I don't know. I just made up plan 1.
Look, it's obvious that one of us is going to have to go into town and see what's happened.
That's plan 3. I just wish you hadn't brought it up.
Okay, Freckles. Let's go.
Don't you think you'd make better time if you untied him?
Oh.
Dusty.
Mr. Callahan, Barney's outside. You gotta be around here someplace.
Hey, Dusty, get out of here, will you?
Oh, hi. You must be the fellow with the sick friend, huh? You must be the sick friend. Why are you pointing that gun at Betsy and Andy? Why are you pointing that gun at me? Why do I ask so many dumb questions?
Yeah, that ought to hold you.
Nice to see you again, Mr. Callahan.
Yeah, good to see you again, Dusty. Listen, we've got to help Andy and Betsy. Listen, let's see if we can make it over the door yet. Try.
Okay.
All right. Locked. All right. Let's try the window. A little close. All right. Give just a little Dusty. There we are. Hey, whatever you do, don't sneeze.
Aren't you going to say gesundheit?
No, but I could think of a lot of other things I'd like to say.
Hurry, get in. The others are in a jam, and we're going to help get them out of it. Okay, cat.
Stand here tied up like a bunch of carrots.
How dare they? They've tied us up with rope manufactured by one of my very own companies.
You gotta have a plan.
I'm really good at plan one, but after that...
Hey, I got an idea. Lulu,
Yeah, Cal?
do you still have that little pistol where I figure you got it?
You figured right.
Where, pray tell, is that?
Under my garter.
Can you get at it?
Ow! Oh, my hands are tied too tight. I can't lift my skirt.
Can anybody reach her skirt?
I think I can reach her skirt.
Carter!
Daphne, it's a matter of life and death.
Very well. Permission granted.
I've reached it.
Can you get at the gun, Lulu?
I can't.
I think I can. If you'll forgive me, dear, if I put my hand upon her leg.
Really, Carter? Very well, if you must. I only wish you were wearing gloves.
I've got it!
I got it.
Ah, good. Get it to me.
I've got it.
All right, let me have it. Dusty,
My finger's stuck in the hammer.
You try any more of this funny stuff, and I'll take care of all of you right now.
Sorry, I got fat fingers.
There must be some way we can cut these ropes loose.
Well, how about using the rough top of that table over there?
Hey, that might work.
All right.
Let's hop over there, and we all have to go together. All right, here we go. Hop, hop. No, edge of that table's smooth. It wouldn't cut butter.
What about that bedpost over there? The end's got a sharp edge on it.
All right, let's give that a try. Here we go now.
He's in bad shape.
What do we do?
You're gonna dig the bullet out.
I told you it's in too deep.
You're gonna take it out now. If Rocky goes, you all go.
All right.
thought you might need some help, Doc.
Mr. Callahan, I tried to explain. The bullet's in too deep for me to remove.
He says if we don't save Rocky's life, we all die.
All right, I know more about gunshot wounds than the rest of you. I guess I'll see what I can do. Dusty, hold his leg down, will you?
Well, it's too bad we haven't got something for the pain.
Yeah. Hey, there's some painkiller right there. Right there, Dusty.
You're right, that's painkiller. I ain't feeling pain here no more.
You what's right here. Both legs!
How do you feel?
Not bad at all. The wagon master here did a good job.
Yeah, if you feel okay now, I'll look after my other patient. Hey, little pal! Hey, come here.
Thanks, I needed that.
You passed out during the operation. Hey, come here. Well, I guess you're going to be all right. That thing perched this poor little painkiller on it. And now I guess we'll be moseying along.
You promised us we could leave.
Oh, you will. You'll hit the trail all right, but you're going to have a couple extra passengers. Me and him.
And that way we can sneak out of the territory and cross the border.
Right. Check and see if the sheriff's nosing around. I'll meet you downstairs with our new traveling companions. All right, come on, move it. Get out.
All right, everybody, just stay calm. We'll figure some way to take care of these guys.
Such humiliation. Brookhaven's held prisoner by common bandits.
Yeah, it'd be different if there were famous outlaws like Robin Hood and Friar Tuck.
Or even Attila the Hun.
Now, there's a sheriff and a deputy about a mile out of town. They're headed this way. I've never seen either one of them before.
Yeah, well, maybe they're looking for us. Then again, maybe they ain't. But they are. You know, this saloon could be a perfect setup to fool them.
Fool them? How?
I'll show you. You, grab a broom.
Me? Use a broom? Every broom I've ever seen has had a maid attached to the other end of it.
Sweep. You, start dusting.
But I'm not dressed for dusting. I don't think the dust will mind.
You two dames, go upstairs and get the booze and food out of my room and bring it down here. You two, clean up the bar. And you, get the chairs off the table.
Buckboard in their stagecoach. They're looking this way. Yeah, they're coming in.
Hey, well, Sheriff. Yeah, well, and you got your deputy. Welcome to the Outlaw Saloon.
Outlaw? I thought this was the Silver Nugget.
Well, the name was recently changed. And it's just recently been changed back to the Silver Nugget.
Where do you folks come from?
Well, we were on our way to California, but we decided to settle here.
Then let's get going.
Hey, good to see you, Sheriff. Drop in again anytime.
Wait a minute. Why don't you have a drink on the house? Huh? Right.
Well, don't mind if we do.
There you go.
And here's to your good health and to a real long life.
Yeah, well, I'll drink to that.
Well, thanks for the drink.
Wait, but listen, we got a nice friendly poker game going. Why don't you sit in and take a hand? Andy, think you got your couple of players here.
Oh, good. Sheriff, join us. Might be a winner.
I think I'll have time for one round.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hurt your shoulder?
Yeah, my horse bit me.
Happens to us all.
Name your stakes, gentlemen. Money, cattle, oil wells, factories, loot from bank robberies.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sheriff. They fell on your side, I think.
No harm done. We'll get them.
All right, table stakes. Open with anything.
Open with a quarter.
I'll raise you 10,000.
10,000? Oh, I'm out.
Me too. I pass.
Okay, keep the quarter.
That's how I got the 10,000, all in quarters. Patience is a rewarding virtue, gentlemen. Here, fingers. Sing one of your songs, one of those great special songs.
Yeah, Dusty, you know, something special.
Oh dear, where can the sheriff be solving a big bank robbery? Oh dear, where can the sheriff be now that we've cornered our man?
That kid sings with a sense of humor. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sheriff, I thought we were going to play a little poker.
Later. How about another chorus?
Oh yeah, sure, Sheriff, but this time you gotta listen real carefully, okay? Oh dear, I hope the sheriff knows crooks are under his very nose. And don't pay any attention to me, cause I'm out of my head.
Doesn't look like anything's working. The sheriff just won't take a hint.
Yeah, but I'll bet you they can read. Come on.
We better get going.
Yeah, we're gonna pick up that trail by nightfall.
Well, Sheriff, just a minute here. It's just about time for our floor show. Would you like to stay and see that?
Oh, a couple of minutes won't make much difference.
Hey, Finger! There! Showtime! HLPE?
Well, it's been fun, but we've got to get going. Gentlemen? Ladies? Pretty stupid of Rocky and Hank to think we didn't know them.
I guess they didn't know they were on wanted posters.
We couldn't risk a shootout with all those innocent folks in there.
All right, everybody, outside. We're all gonna hit that big trail together.
One moment, sir. I happen to own this wagon train, and I shall decide whom I want as a passenger. Welcome aboard.
That goes for you, Two Fingers. Come on, move it!
No, I hope you get yours. And I hope the sheriff knows who you are, and I hope he's outside waiting with a deputy.
Hey, do you know that dummy could be right? Huh?
He ain't going nowhere.
Quick thinking, Mr.
Callahan.
Glad to know you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was really neat the way you banged their two heads together.
In just a few minutes, I'm going to bang both of your heads together, little pal. Well, what's everybody standing around for? Why aren't we ready to leave?
The girls are not going to stop until they get it right.
The path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a-heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Well, we're ready to move out, Dusty. You got everything straight?
Yes, sir, Mr. Callahan. You're going to ride ahead to scout the trail, and we'll remain about a mile behind.
Right.
Don't worry about a thing. I got everything under control.
Good.
Wagon! Ho!
Well, we'll be getting started as soon as Dusty gets the team hitched up to the stage.
Already had them hitched.
Yeah, so did he. Oh, Andy.
Yeah, Mr. Callahan.
You be sure and keep that wagon close to the stage on the trail today. We have to run into some hackamows.
Hackamows?
Yeah, Indians. The hackamows are the most hostile and fierce of all the Indians.
Doesn't that make you nervous?
Not Lulu. Well, I'll match my war paint against their war paint. Anytime.
Well, now that's how it should have been done the first time, Dusty.
Yes, sir.
Well, now, if you people get in, we'll get started.
I thought I made it perfectly clear that you ought to handle the stagecoach and Dusty can do the scouting.
Oh, boy. I'm the wagon master, so I will make the decisions.
May I remind you they've just discovered gold in the California territory. I must get there as quickly as possible to open a western branch of my bank.
How many banks you own doesn't mean a thing to me.
I also own the company which owns this wagon train.
Now, that means something to me. Well, if that's the way you want it, Dusty, you are going to ride Scout.
Oh, wow. I always wanted to ride Scout.
Wait a minute, Dusty. Fix the stirrup for you. There.
I'll show him.
Oh, thanks, Dusty.
For what, Mr. Callahan?
For not wearing spurs.
Yeah.
okay. I won't hurt you. Oh, my gosh.
Well, I got there just in time. He was being mauled by a bear.
What's happened now?
He's just a boy.
Yeah, a Hakamo Indian. Well, I couldn't leave him there. He might have died.
His tribe would have found him, Buzzard Brain. Now they'll find us.
Yeah, the Hakamos are noted for their tracking ability. They are.
Lulu and I'd better take care of his wounds.
Yeah, Andy. Good idea. And we can drop him off where Dusty found him.
Should I water your horse, Mr. Callahan?
Oh, boy, that was a smart thing to do. Don't you know that those Hakamos could be looking for him right now? Yeah, well, at least you covered your trail, huh?
Lola. Numa. No two. Lola. Naki puta.
Lucky thing we had these spare wheels. We can leave some phony tracks, throw the Hakamos off our trail.
Are you sure the Hakamos are trailing us?
Positive, but we can't tell the passengers. They might panic.
I wish they would. I'd like a little company.
Hey, just quiet down while you put the wheel on the axle.
Besides, I mean, how do you know they're going to follow this trail instead of the other trail?
There won't be any other trail. We're going to wipe them out with some brush, huh?
Oh, that's a bright idea. Wonder why I didn't think of it.
Because it was a bright idea.
Oh, boy. What happened to your end?
I'll show you. That's what happened to my end. Now, come on. Let's get the wheels on that axle before those Hakamos catch up with us. Hey, Dusty, you tighten up that bolt and I'll go clear the brush out of the way.
Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan!
Can't you see I'm busy?
Run!
Here!
Wait!
Dusty!
Mr. Callahan! Look out! They should be able to follow that trail, huh, Mr. Callahan?
Yes, Dusty. Well, they certainly should.
These wounds don't look too serious.
No, but he's starting to get a fever. What are you looking at?
The design on this headband. Very unusual. I wonder if it means anything.
Andy might know. Before we left, he studied about all the Indians. The rivers, the mountains, everything we'd encounter on the trip. He really came prepared.
I should have known. Any man who wears suspenders and a belt is always prepared.
Huh?
Never mind. Andy!
Bringing that Indian boy back here. When are you going to do something right, Dusty?
Mr. Callahan!
Hey, up!
Whoa! Come on, boy. Whoa! Whoa!
What's delaying us now?
I got to talk to Andy. Well, what's the problem?
About the Indian boy.
If we get in any more trouble over him, I'm going to use you for target practice.
You didn't get a chance to look at his headband before. Now, unless I'm wrong.
Chief's son?
Exactly.
Oh, that's great, just great. Well, you've done it this time. Every brave in that tribe will be after us.
On the contrary, a chief's son could be a valuable asset in a trade.
Oh?
For safe passage through the Hackamore territory.
Safe passage? Yeah, you're right.
By delivering the chief's son to us, Dusty's all but guaranteed our safety. You know, if anything, he's a hero.
Still burning with fever. I'll make another wet compress. It might let him sleep a little better.
Yeah, we got to keep him in good shape.
Poor thing, he's still unconscious.
Yeah, speaking of unconscious, gotta wake Dusty up. It's his turn to take over the guard duty. Anything I can get for you?
No, I'll just sit with the boy a while.
Yeah, good.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Callahan.
Well, who did you expect, Daniel Boone? Come on now, wake up, Dusty. It's time for you to take over guard duty. We're by that big rock. Dusty, this is the last watch before dawn.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Dusty.
Callahan.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Stay that way. Wake me at dawn so we can get an early start.
Right.
Dusty. What are your orders?
Wake you at start so you can get early dawn.
Close enough.
Betsy's gone too. She's not in the wagon.
Yeah, I know. Look at those tracks. Moccasins. Looks like a couple Indians came in here and took the boy and Betsy.
Hey, where's Dusty? Maybe they took him too.
No, no such luck. Dusty, wake up, wake up.
Sorry, Mr. Callahan. I must have dozed off for a few minutes.
Yeah, while you dozed off for a few minutes, two braves came in here and captured the Indian boy and Betsy.
Two Indian boys captured Indian Betsy?
No, two Betsy's captured the brave. Oh, Dusty.
Come on, we better pick up the trail. We're fresh. Wait for me.
Mr. Brookhaven. Mr. Brookhaven.
Hey, God, right in the middle of my obligato.
I'm afraid we've got some bad news.
The Hackamores have Betsy tied to a post. Yeah, and those braves keep walking past her and poking her with a stick.
That means that one of them's going to take her as his wife.
Those scoundrels! I say we should get on our horses and ride as far away as we can.
Mr. Brookhaven, you should be ashamed, suggesting we ride off without attempting a rescue.
Yeah, well, one of us could slip in there and get her out. I'll be back as soon as I can.
One moment, Wagon Master. What will happen to us if anything happens to you?
I'd be in charge.
That's a foreboding thought.
Yeah, your point is well taken. It'll have to be somebody else.
I'll go.
He volunteered. Why didn't you?
He beat me to it.
Now volunteer. That's an order.
I volunteer.
Mr. Callahan, I must insist I be allowed to go. In preparing for this trip, I studied several Indian languages, including the Hakama dialect. I believe that gives me a distinct advantage.
We'll be ready to move as soon as you get back here with Betsy.
I should be back with her within an hour, unless I run into a problem.
Yeah. You ran into a problem. Listen up. I got a great plan how somebody can walk right into that Hackamore camp without even being noticed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, anyway, somebody wearing these clothes, a little skin dye, and some braids, feathers, they could walk right in there and cut Betsy and Andy loose.
That's a great plan. It can't fail.
Yeah, the only trouble is somebody wearing these clothes got to be kind of small, slight, built about like...
It'll never work.
Yeah. Looks too red. Better put in some more blueberries, tone you down a bit.
That tastes delicious.
Oh, be serious, will you? 2 people's lives depend on you.
3, including me.
Oh, now listen, little pal. You don't think for a minute I'd let you go over there if there wasn't a good chance you coming back, all right, do you?
I guess not.
Yeah. All right, now you dab that on yourself, and I'll go see Lulu and see how the braids are coming. Gee, that looks great. Where'd you get the hair? Yeah, that looks like a Hackamore braid, all right.
You just don't tell Dusty where I got it.
Well, it seems the 2 of them go very well together. All right, Dusty. Now, I better teach you a few words of Hackamore in case you got to speak to somebody.
Good idea. How do you say I surrender?
Oh, now, stop that. Yeah. Now, listen. I say you get into camp, and you cut Andy and Betsy free, you see? And the brave says to you, Chukamoringa Hasas. Then you say to him, Kora Noonba, you see? He has said to you, where are you taking the prisoners? And you say to him, to the chief. You got that?
Yeah. He says to me, Chunga Kamo Hashanhash.
No. You just said, did you catch any worms?
Did I say that?
Listen up, will you? Now pay attention. We haven't got much time. Repeat after me. Chuka. Moringa. Has. Ah, now put it all together.
Chuka, Moringa.
Has. Hey, that's great. No, just use the Indian word.
Chuka, Moringa, Has.
Ah, that's fine. Then you say to him, hey.
Put the wagons in a circle!
We've only got 2 wagons. You get everybody hit and I'll keep them busy.
Behind the rock. Get behind the rock.
Ratusalos and Kolobasa. What did you tackle me for?
I'm sorry. I guess I just got carried away.
All right. Take it easy. You're here for the Chinese. Oh, Morambe.
Puchichi ke shino. Has. Puchichi ke.
Hey. Unhander, you villain! And be careful with that hat!
How long does this go on before they select a wife?
I don't know, but I sure hope they believe in long engagement.
I haven't been able to spot Dusty. Are you sure he's here?
Yeah, he's a hero. All them braves keep slapping him on the back for capturing me.
He may have saved our lives.
Huh?
Well, the odds are you would have been caught. By capturing you himself, Dusty's proved he's a Hackamore. Now he's free to help us.
I don't know what to do.
do. I can't attack them all.
Cut me loose. He just chose Betsy to be his wife.
Oh, somebody help me. Please help me.
Dusty's challenged him to a fight with spears.
I did?
That must be the chief.
And the little boy Dusty saved.
Bakanuga!
He just told him that Dusty saved his life and we made him well.
He's got to cut us loose.
It's all right. It's all right, darling. Everything's all right. We won.
Won what?